Sadu guys. Good morning to all of you. My name is Shubham Sagar. Good morning, Prateek. So today we'll do Hindu analysis of 2nd October 2025, and this is interesting. Why today's analysis is interesting, I will tell you in just few moments from now. Hope I'm audible and visible to all of you guys. My name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and hope you can see me. Why today's analysis is interesting, I will tell you. Oh my god, my hair is becoming awesome with each passing day. So yesterday I gave you people one particular question. This is MCQ 12 related to termination shock in geoengineering. What is the answer of this? Good morning, Harshini. Termination shock in geoengineering refers to what? And this was one of the most important articles, one of the awesome articles which we have talked about or which we have discussed related to geoengineering. Geoengineering. So yes, sir. What is the answer? What is termination shock? And this we were talking about when we were talking about the albedo thing. Harshini has given the answer: rapid warming if a solar radiation management project is abruptly stopped. So please have a look at yesterday's Hindu analysis. It was awesome. There were so many awesome articles there. Cool. So let's come back to the present. So the thing is, today's holiday, guys. For Hindu also it's a holiday. So, and there is a trend which you people may have realized up until now. So whenever there is a holiday, very good, Rishi, what we do, we take Sunday's article, the previous Sunday's article, because we do Hindu analysis from Monday to Saturday, but Hindu does not take leave on Sunday. We people, we mere mortals have to take leave on Sunday. So whenever these things happen, when the holiday happens, we'll take Sunday article. So the last Sunday was 28th September. And again, you will see so many interesting things, man. So UN gridlock needs reform, says Jay Shankar at General Assembly. So this article is important from both pre as well as mains perspective. Very important from mains perspective regarding what reforms they need, reform in UN Security Council, UNSC, the 5 permanent members, they reflect the world order of 1945. Then what is the basic meaning of the term gridlock? What is de-risking? There are different terms, there are different things which we have to understand from exam perspective here. So again, let's try to understand this thing, what Jay Shankar sir was saying in General Assembly, and then about UN also. How many different organs are there of UN? What are the different permanent organs of UN? What is trusteeship council? What are trust territories? What do you mean by trust territories, which were earlier managed by trusteeship council? So let's talk about it one by one. So external affairs minister, he was talking at 80th UN General Assembly, and he's saying that UN is gridlock. Gridlock means they are not able to take any decision. There's ambiguity. He what is the work of UN? To bring together different countries on a unanimous verdict, right? That is not happening. They are not able to forge consensus, and that is the basic rationale behind the term gridlock. Resistance to reform, as we have discussed, UNSC Security Council, 5 permanent members. What are those 5 permanent members, guys? If you know it, posted in the comment section. Who are these countries who are part of UNSC? 5 permanent members. They have veto power. Veto does not mean to direct. Veto means to forbid. So let's say something is being passed that, okay, Russia is not doing good or anything like that, and we condemn Russia. So Russia themselves can, and we want to take action against Russia. So Russia themselves can veto this thing, that no, it will not go through. Any one member, if they veto it, it will not go through. And the 5 members of the UNSC, like, again, guys, anyone, who are these 5 countries? As we have discussed, Russia is one of them, right? China is another, US is one, UK is one, then France. So these are 5 countries: Russia, China, US, UK, France. But is France more important than Germany? Like, what about Japan? What about Brazil? What about African countries, guys? What about South American countries? Why are we discriminating African and South American countries? So, and is what about India? Is India today more powerful than France, UK? Is it reflecting the real world order, or is it reflecting the world of 1945? So there are different things. Should they have veto power, or if it, and what about the non-permanent members? So there are different things, different terms which you have to keep in mind. So UK, US, France, China, and Russia. So there is a grouping also which has been created, G4 grouping. So India is there, Japan is there, if I'm not wrong, Germany is there, and Brazil is there. India, Japan, Germany, and Brazil. These are the G4 countries, right, guys? So these countries are saying that we want permanent membership for ourselves. To there has been a group created by Pakistan also against this G4 membership or G4 members. So there are things which are going on in this whole political sphere. We'll go there. So Jaishankar sir is saying that both permanent and non-permanent seats should be increased. And historical injustices done to Africa means earlier also you did not have adequate members of African countries, even in non-permanent members. Permanent members you don't have. So this is fine. India, Japan, Germany, Brazil, but we can even include one African country in the permanent membership. Include the permanent and non-permanent. Oh my God, non-permanent seats. At the same time, also limit this veto power. Limit this veto power. And again, so India is talking about this. We'll talk about that. What is India's global contribution? UN peacekeeping force. India has one of the highest forces. And then promotion of digitization, anti-piracy operations. So what is promotion of digitization? We keep on talking about UPI. Wherever PM Modi sir goes, this UPI is getting implemented. That is the basic rationale behind promotion of digitization. Be with me, you will understand. And again, here they are talking about what means how UN has been a failure. They're not able to tackle issues. Slow progress on SDGs. Sustainable development goal has to be attained by 2030. We have done multiple editorials on this fact that we are not on the track. We will not be able to achieve maximum of the 17 goals, and 169 targets. So again, what is UN doing? UN has particular organization which is known as UNSDSN, Sustainable Development Solution Network, and it's the prerogative of UN to ensure that the SDGs are implemented, but that is not happening. Tariff volatility, what they are doing to control Trump. Then de-risking. Here the talk is about we should not be over reliant on one source, one country, one market. That is US they are targeting here. Pakistan is a center of terrorism, and that's what Jaishankar sir is saying. You can have a look at this. Conflict resolution, Gaza, Ukraine, UN has been a failure here. Guiding principle, like earlier our philosophy was non-alignment, now it is multi-alignment. At the same time, we are also guided by Atmanirbharta, Atmaraksha, Atmavishwas. You can have a look at this, all these Atmas, and we are the voice of global south, of developing nations, mainly of the southern hemisphere. Now, the things which are important is this: UN formed when 1945. How many member states they have? 193. Most of the people know about this. What are their functions? Peacekeeping operation, humanitarian assistance. People they will talk about these things, peacekeeping and all, but they will forget about this thing, guys. SDGs. Keep this in mind. This is interesting. This is important. This is their work as well, to ensure that SDGs are achieved by 2030, combating terrorism, etc. Then the important thing, which is, and then the criticism and the challenges, that they are inefficient, they are not able to bring world to a unanimous decision, lack of representation. You can have a look at this. This is a very, very important structural flaw. UNSC needs reforms, resistance to reforms, and terrorism, cybercrime. There is no unanimous definition on terrorism. There is no global definition on terrorism. What is a like who is a terrorist? As we have like continuously discussed, one country's terrorist become other country's freedom fighter. So again, UN has failed in all these regards. Main organs of UN, or they're also known as principal organs of UN. Sometimes what happens, when you will read about, let's say, WMO, World Meteorological Organization, it will be a part of one of these six organs. Trusteeship Council is defunct now. Defunct means it no longer works. So you have UNGA, they talk about global issues. Day-to-day work is done by secretariat, as is done by any secretariat in our states also. Security Council, very powerful. They are the ones who are authorizing military action. So the most powerful organ, you can say, UNSC. ECOSOC, Economic and Social Cooperation. International Court of Justice, we have continuously talked about it. Whenever we talk about ICC, we talk about ICZ. So where is the headquarter of ICZ? Anyone? When you talk about ICC and ICZ, we keep on talking about these terms, right? So where is the headquarter of ICZ? Again, if you know it, post it in the comment section. So they settle legal disputes, and Secretariat, UN Secretary General, Trusteeship Council oversees trust territories. Now this is a keyword here. What is the basic meaning of the term trust territories? What are trust territories? So there was a time when World War One, World War Two were happening, and they are victor powers, they are defeated powers. So defeated powers, they had their colonies, and as a punishment to them, some colonies were taken away from these defeated powers. Now you want to ensure that they get independence sooner rather than later, but you feel like they are not yet ready for independence. Harshini has stated that the headquarters is in Hague, right? So you feel like they are not yet, just give me a second, not yet ready for independence. Then what will happen? You will hand it over to a third country and under your supervision. So there are trust territories. Let's say Namibia, we're just taking an example. And UN is feeling that Namibia can become independent, but they are not yet ready for independence. So they will hand it over to, let's say, South Africa. So South Africa will rule over Namibia for a certain period. They're just ensuring that Namibia becomes self-sufficient so that they get independence sooner rather than later under the supervision of UN. So this is trust territories. In a way, UN is guiding that particular country. They are calling the shots and they are ensuring that that particular territory gets independence sooner rather than later. And these things happened a lot after World War II. Many territories became trust territories. Good morning, Kritika. So do remember these words. Very good, Harshini and Rishi. So hope you understood what is the basic rationale of trust territories. Now, let's say if we have this particular question as a mains question, discuss the challenges faced by United Nations in contemporary global governance and suggest measures to enhance its effectiveness. So whenever you are witnessing these kind of questions, what you have to do is you have to divide it into different parts, So what are the different parts involved here? First is challenges faced. Second is measures to enhance effectiveness. Generally what happens, I will tell you, you have just read this article and I keep on telling people about it, whoever is writing mains answer and all, that whenever you're writing mains answer, don't just write the answer just after you have read the article. At least give yourself 12 hours time, you know because anybody can write answer just after reading an article. So you have to give yourself 12 hours time, so that, because even in mains exam, it will happen, you may see one of the 20 questions which you have read 2 years back, and then you have to recall stuff. So even here also, right now it's fine, but let's say you're practicing this question later on, practice it after 12-13 hours once you have read the article. This should be a habit. So here, and again, divide your answer into different parts. Challenges faced, measures to enhance its effectiveness. Generally what happens, people will start, sometimes we write what we know rather than what is being asked. So here we'll start writing about India's effort in peacekeeping forces, this and that. They're not asking about India's effort and what India is doing, bro. They're asking the challenges faced by UN and measures to enhance its effectiveness. So there'll be two parts of this question. So intro, body, and conclusion. In the body part, you will have two parts: challenges part and then the measures part. Sometimes what happens, this will happen in your mains exam also, that you are writing 20 questions, so you will get stuck somewhere. Like you will have to write 5 questions in last 30 minutes. So there are two parts of this question. One, you can describe like points in point format. Other, you have shortage of time. So let's say measures, you have written challenges to means completely. Measures, you can make a diagram like this and you can write some points rather than leaving it all together. So that will help you. So challenges, you can talk about how there is gridlock. UN has not been able to challenge the US hegemony, and there is ambiguity. They don't have enough power. They have power only in name, not able to do anything when it comes to Ukraine crisis, all these stuff. Continuous US intervention here, there, and everywhere. So whatever we have read, and measures, UN reforms, UNSC reforms is needed. Too much hegemony of those 5 countries, P5. So measures needs continuous, need urgent UNSC reforms. You will talk about that. And they need real power, and they need to curb US hegemony some way or the other. So all these things has to be done by them. And then if you have some more points, you can add it here and you can write in the comment section as well. So yeah, cool, sir. So again, introduction part, UN, when was it? 1945 it was established, blah blah blah. And then in the body part, there are two parts: challenges, gridlock, inadequate representation. Africa has been ignored. Latin America has been ignored. Now, what is or who are Latin American countries? So Latin America is not only South American countries; it includes North American countries also. Mexico also is included in that, means Latin America. So these are those countries which used to speak Romance languages like Spanish and Portuguese. You know, so that's how you demarcate these Latin America terms, this Latin America terminology, right? Inadequate representation of Africa, Latin America, slow progress on SDGs, important term, geopolitical conflicts, terrorism, finance of terror networks. What have you done to control Pakistan? Measures to enhance effectiveness. And here what will happen, when you have written this mains answer, you have talked about the challenges part, and in the measures part, you just have to write the solutions of these challenges. Let's say you have talked about gridlock in decision making. So what can be the solution of this? You have to increase other countries' representation so that there's no US hegemony and all those stuff. Veto power, you can limit it if you want to remove gridlock. Inadequate representation, give more representation. Slow progress on SDGs, so do something for SDGs. Geopolitical conflicts is happening, so do something to minimize the impact of these conflicts. Terrorism, finance of terror networks, so give more power to, let's say, FATF and all those stuff, so that they can keep a tab on terror networks, keep a tab on countries like Pakistan. So again, the solution part you will be writing in the measures. So hope you're understanding where we are going with this. Peacekeeping operation, blah, blah, blah. It remains vital, but we have to ensure that it does not become another League of Nations. And for that, things have to be done, and done at a faster pace. Let's solve some MCQs, guys. So which of the following are 5 permanent members of UNSC? US, Germany, Russia, China, UK, and France. So Hannah has given the answer. Harshini has given the answer. Rishi has given the answer. We know Germany is not a part of United Nations Security Council. They are a part of G4 along with India, Japan, I think, and Brazil. So Germany, you just eliminate second option. If you eliminate second option, you will get the answer, that is C, as stated by Hannah, Harshini, Prateek, Rishi also. Rishi, you changed your answer or what? I saw some other answer, but it's totally fine. Kritika has also given the answer. Cool. MCQ2. What is de-risking in international trade? Diversifying sources of supply and markets to reduce dependence, increasing tariff to protect domestic industries, investing only in domestic industries to avoid foreign risk, reducing participation in multilateral agreements. So Harshini has given the answer, Hannah has given the answer. So de-risking is what? We shouldn't be too reliant on US. Too much dependence on US is bad. So diversifying sources of supply and markets to reduce dependence is the answer, as stated by Harshini, Hannah, Rishi, and Prateek. Cool. MCQ3. Which of the following is not a reason cited for UNSC reform? So Harshini, Hannah, Rishi, Prateek, and Kritika, they have given the answer. Cool. Not a reason. Sometimes UPSC will ask you this question, not a this and that. So Harshini has stated, India's withdrawal from UN peacekeeping mission. That is not a reason for UN reform. Why we need UN reform? Because representation is not there from African countries, Latin American countries, which is written here also. And then P5 members, they keep on vetoing things. So there are changes are not happening, and we need to limit this veto power. Withdrawal from UN peacekeeping mission, we have never talked about. This is not the reason. So yes, Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Prateek, and Kritika. Next article, study finds that Ganga river is drying faster than in 1300 years. So there has been a study done by IIT Gandhinagar and University of Arizona, and they are saying that drought related incidents are increasing, and it is increasing at a very faster rate. Now, Ganga basin accounts for 40% of India's GDP. These are some facts and figures which you have to remember, because earlier there was a ministry also on Ganga rejuvenation. It was a long name of that ministry. Now that ministry has been subsumed under another ministry. What is the name of that ministry? If you know it, post it in the comment section. So Ganga, 40% of India's GDP. And then the drying thing is a new phenomena. You may be hearing about it for the first time, or maybe you have heard it earlier. But then the pollution part is a thing which we already know. Namami Gange program, government launched it to clean Ganga. Namami Gange program launched it in 2014, around 2014. And this particular Namami Gange program works under which particular ministry? So there are facts and figures which we have to keep in mind. right? So Ministry of Ganga Rejuvenation and Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, both of them have been merged into one particular ministry that is known as Jal Shakti Ministry. And this Jal Shakti Ministry is looking after this Namami Gange program. So that is a different thing. Let's first of all focus on this article. Sustains over 600 billion people. Now, guys, tell me one thing. 1 million is equal to how many lakh? And based on that, tell me 600 billion people is equal to how many crores? You have to do that because we don't write millions, right? Suppose India, 40% of India's GDP. Now, always ask why. You may feel like from how, like where have they got the data? How Ganga itself is supporting 40% of India's GDP? The answer lies in agriculture part, industry part, tourism part, you know, agriculture, industry, tourism, transportation. So if you add all of them together, you will realize where this 40% data is coming. Rice, wheat, etc. So many of them are growing along Ganga's coast, right? Industries are Kanpur, etc. They're settled around Ganga. Tourism, cultural significance in Hinduism, Ganga Aarti and all. Transportation, acting as a waterway medium. So all these things coming together is leading to this 40% number. Oh my God, Harshini, so intelligent. So 1 million is 10 lakh. Very good, Harshini. So 600 million is 6,000 lakhs. 6,000 lakhs. And 1 crore is not 10 lakh, right? 1 crore is 100 lakhs. So it is 60 crores. Harshini, are you so intelligent? Just like a wow. Let's focus here. So IT Gandhinagar, etc. They are saying that Ganga is drying at a rate unseen over 1,000 years. Now, from Maine's perspective, why Ganga is drying? Weak summer monsoon, climate change is happening. Monsoon is not that strong, you know. El Nino, La Nina, human-driven land and water use changes, anthropogenic changes, broader climate shifts. So all these factors have led to this drying, and we should be very wary about it. This is not a issue to make fun of. Historical context: Ganga may not be experiencing droughts more prolonged and intense. And like again, please understand, this is just a study. This study has to be verified. It's not like, oh my God, this is such a dire situation. So things will develop, and we have to keep a tab on this whole development, how things develop in future. So general information: Ganga originates from Gangotri Glacier. Which particular state? Uttarakhand, making it again one of the longest river. Major tributaries. Have a look at this, and this is the 40% part. That is an important data because you have to cite it in mains answer. So you will substantiate it by oh my God, by like this stammering. Agriculture, industry, water resource, cultural significance, and even if they ask you in mains or AC, what is the significance of Ganga when it comes to India's, geography, sociology, and all? So here you will divide it into different dimensions. Pestle, we talk about economic significance, then social significance, and then again environmental significance. So many species, flora and fauna are dependent on Ganga. So that's how you will divide your answer. Environmental concern: pollution, industrial waste, blah blah blah, over extraction, and that's the government launched this Namami Gange program in 2014. Even before that, there was a Ganga action plan launched to clean and rejuvenate river. This Namami Gange program is under Jal Shakti Ministry, which has subsumed two other ministry, Ministry of Ganga Rejuvenation and Drinking Water and Sanitation. That Ganga Rejuvenation Ministry is too big. Let's solve some question now. MCQ 4. So India advocates for UNSC reform on the grounds of what? Again, use option elimination here and read all options. Option elimination, read all options. Oh my God, so many people have Pratik, Harshini, Hannah, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. So expanding permanent and non-permanent permanencies, that's what we have talked about. We have talked about limiting veto power. We have talked about representation of Global South and Africa. So the answer is D, as stated by Pratik, Harshini, Hannah, Rishi, and Kritika. Very good here. Now, if you talk about MCQ 5, Namami Gange program, implemented by which particular ministry? Ministry of MOEFCC, Water Resource, Jal Shakti, Central Water Commission. What is the answer? So Prateek, Harshini, Hannah, all of you have given the answer. Ministry of Jal Shakti. Very good, yeah. According to recent study, the post 1990s drying of Ganga River is linked to what? This is based on the current finding which we were just discussing. Prateek, Harshini, Hannah, Rishi, Kritika, all of you have given the answer. Good, yeah. So post 1990s drying of Ganga River linked to weaker monsoon, human driven land and water use changes, increased rainfall in the basin. So again, Hannah has given the answer. Again, you can use option elimination here, OE here. If rainfall increases, why drought will happen, bro? Why drying will happen? Decrease rainfall, right? Not increase rainfall. So just eliminate third and you will get the answer. And the answer is A, as stated by Hannah, Harshini, Rishi and Prateek. Very good here. Like, share and subscribe guys, spread the word. Page number 12, third article. Why is Ladakh tribal population restive? We are talking about NSA has been invoked on Sonam Wangchuk. So in India, rapists can be free, they can get bail. But yes, so Sonam Wangchuk is the biggest criminal. So now what is this NSA 1980? National Security Act 1980. It's a preventive detention law. What is a preventive detention law? Has Sonam Wangchuk done something illegal, killed somebody? Preventive detention act or law is like, no, you have not done the crime yet, but you can do. Like Rishi, he is a brahmachari right now, but he may not be. Okay, let's not go there. So can do things. Based on the can do thing, NSA is invoked. So Sonam Wangchuk is one of the biggest criminals in India now. Awesome. Our country is going forward. I will not talk more about it. So NSA has been invoked on him. Cool. And what can happen in NSA? He can be put behind bars for 12 months without trial. So he does not need to be produced before court. He can be put behind bars 12 months without a trial. Things can happen to him, God knows what. And this can even be extended, guys. Can be extended. There will be a board and they can extend this thing beyond 12 months. So awesome. Sonam Wangchuk, NSA, and this thing has happened. Great. Now the rationale is exactly. So sad, our country's condition, man. So sad. But again, what can we do? So why is Ladakh's tribal population restive? Now here the article is about why all these things escalated to this NSA thing. So again, what happened? Article 370 abrogation happened. When Article 370 abrogation happened, two states were two UTs were created, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. JNK was given a legislature. Ladakh is without a legislature. Now, the people of Ladakh, they feel that outsiders will come. It's not only about JNK guys who were feeling that thing. JNK at least have a legislature, they are at least having assembly elections and all. So they are like, no, we either, like, there are different demands of Ladakhi population. One is give us statehood, bring us under sixth schedule. So what happens when you are under sixth schedule, like 80 states, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram, then you get autonomy, a bigger amount of autonomy. Statehood, sixth schedule, protection of our languages, protection of our jobs, protection of our lands. So these are some of the concern of the Ladakhi population. So a big, Vijeta Singh ma'am, she has written an awesome article on this whole thing, and she's one of my good friends, very good girl. No, those are lies. No, means she's not my good friend, but she can be a good girl. Okay, let's focus here. So background, detention of Sonam Wangchuk, September 26, Ladakh, and again you can see here, NSA 1980 preventive detention law. Do remember, they can ask you that, NSA is a preventive detention law or not. Detention, what has happened to me? Okay, let's focus. And followed violent protests. After that, 4 people died and all. And reasons, this is an important part from Main's perspective. Why this thing is happening in Ladakh? Like, it has something to do with Article 370 dilution. Two UTs created, as we have discussed, GNK and Ladakh. Ladakh is different, created without legislative assembly. Now, the locals fear big businesses and outsiders. I was in Himachal. Food sovereignty, India's sovereignty as per government. Hmm. Exactly. So, I was in Himachal. You will not believe how many, and I was in Kasol and all. I don't smoke, guys. Whenever I say people, I was in Kasol, people are like, sir, oh my God, so no. I just go here and there. But because of this Hindu thing, I cannot do that anymore. But it's fine. for 1 year I don't want to do anything. I just want to do this. Let's focus. Let's focus. So even in Kasol, Delhi people, they have went there and they are setting up their shops and everything. Same thing has happened in Ladakh. Will keep on happening in Ladakh, and that's what these people are fearing. Land and jobs will be taken away, and that's why Sonam Wangchuk and others, they started this 35-day hunger strike on September 10. He did that. Before that also things have happened, and it's not like union government is not doing stuff. They have also done stuff. What are the main demands of the people of Ladakh, Sonam Wangchuk and all? So sixth schedule include Ladakh under sixth schedule tribal status. 80 is the current status. Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram, they are under sixth schedule, some portion. Statehood for Ladakh. Separate Lok Sabha seats for Leh and Kargil, two of the biggest districts. Filling of vacant government posts by Ladakhi population, the local people, you know. So all these things are their demands. Some demands have been made, like have been reinstated or have been fulfilled to a certain extent. Even preservation of local languages, all these things have been done. But the major issue is, why are you not fulfilling first and second demand? Third can wait for some time, but why not? You know, that this is a major issue, that you are not giving a sixth schedule and you are not giving a statehood. So this is the whole chronology, how things have escalated. Government set up and this is the second article I think we are doing on Ladakh. Earlier also we have talked about this thing, but not in too much detail. So there is a high-powered committee set up by Minister of State Nityanand Roy, and we have talked about these two bodies, LAB and KDA. So these two districts, Leh and Kargil, they have their own bodies, intermediary bodies. They are acting as an intermediary between center and the Ladakhi population. But the population, the civil society is saying that no, these are all your chattabattas, centers chattabattas. That means these are all pro-government members, man. So we don't like this HPC, which you have constituted Minister of State, including members of LAB and KDA. We want other members. Then HPC was reconstituted, and they talked about protecting the indigenous culture of Ladakh. You can have a look at this. Talks broke down. Wangchuk again started indefinite fast in Delhi. So, and this happened on October 6th. This is not the first time Shonam Wangchuk sir is doing things in September. This has happened earlier also. Meetings were held between with Amit Shah and on May 28, 3-4 months back. It happened in December, January, May. So continuously things are evolving. They don't want to give statehood. Center does not want to give statehood, not up until now. But as far as official languages are concerned, as far as reservation in government jobs is concerned, center is giving leeway here. As you can see, this reservation policy regulation passed by Draupadi Murmu ma'am, or notified by her domicile status and all. 85% reservation in government jobs for resident Ladakhis. But the people are saying that why are you not fulfilling our first and second demand? Sixth schedule and statehood. Give us that. Otherwise, we will keep on protesting. So key takeaway, again, you can see there is concern about autonomy, tribal safeguards and all those stuff. And that's where this whole thing is going on. And let's see where these things go. I Okay, I don't want to say anything on Sonam Wangchuk, sir, but it doesn't feel right, so to say. I don't know. I have no opinion because I love my life and I want to live. So MCQ 7, have a look at this question. Sixth schedule of the Constitution of India primarily provides what? Special provisions for tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, reservation of seats for scheduled caste in parliament, provision for National Commission for Minorities, special powers to president during emergencies. So Hannah, who is a good girl, Harshini, very good girl. Means Pratik, Kritika, all of you have given the answer A. ATMM. We have done 1000 PYQs on these schedules. You can revise them in the previous analysis. Which of the following statement regarding Ladakh Union Territory is correct? It has legislative assembly like other UTs such as Delhi. It was created after revocation of Article 370. Leh and Kargil have separate legislative assemblies. It is a part of Jammu and Kashmir state. So Harshini has given the answer. Pratik has given the answer. It does not have legislative assembly, guys. It's a UT without legislative assembly. B is correct. Leh and Kargil, they do. They are districts. They're two separate districts of Ladakh. It is part of Jammu and Kashmir. So all these are wrong. B is the answer. As stated by Harshini, Pratik, Hannah, and Kritika. Really good. Then page number 5, UNESCO includes India's cold desert to global biosphere list. So this cold desert, which is there in Himachal, oh my God, guys, Himachal is so awesome. If you just, I can just go make a hut there and stay. If, now I am in such a thing like, if the Wi-Fi connection is awesome there, I can do this thing from Himachal. So this cold desert in Himachal Pradesh, it has been included under UNESCO's basically Man and Biosphere program. Under Man and Biosphere program, this whole thing runs, World Network of Biosphere Reserve. So now, cold desert. Now, have a look at these biosphere reserves. These are important, guys, and their locations are important. So, biosphere reserve, they have three zones: core zone, buffer zone, and transition zone, right? Generally, this is the concept associated with national park and wildlife sanctuaries as well. Oh my God, my handwriting. Core buffer and transition zone. So, core zone, like like strict no human interference, total preservation. Buffer zone, you know, some amount of tourism can be allowed for educational purpose, blah blah blah. Transition zone is where sustainable use you can do of the resources. Core buffer and transition zone. Then what is the difference between, and these things are generally there in national park wildlife sanctuaries as well. Then what separates biosphere reserve from national park and wildlife sanctuaries? You understand one thing: in a single biosphere reserve you can have multiple national park and wildlife sanctuary. So do remember that fact. National park is generally, wildlife sanctuary, you are protecting a particular fauna, particular animal, this and that. National park, flora, fauna, both. Then the restrictions which is there is higher in national park compared to wildlife sanctuary. We can do that some other time. That is not the core matter which we have to discuss right now. The core matter is, you pay focus on this page. Multiple UPSC PYQ has been asked on Nok Rake, Kanchenjunga located on Himalayas. So all these are important. Shimli, multiple questions already asked. Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu. Have a look at this. We are interested in cold desert. Very good. So what were we discussing, guys? So cold desert biosphere reserve in Himachal Pradesh added to UNESCO's world. How many of you have been to Himachal? Anyone? Have you been to Himachal earlier? And again, now India has 13 biosphere reserve listed in this WNBR, World Network of Biosphere Reserve, under UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. The headquarters of UNESCO is in Paris, guys. Cool. So 13 biosphere reserve, and I have listed these 13 biosphere reserve here. Now, what is your homework? You have to do research on them. So what is the basic meaning of the term research? Find out where they are located. What are the core terms? All these are very important. Very, very important, because we know how much UPSC loves environment. Oh my God. So you have to do research. You can forget about other biosphere reserve, focus on these 13. Okay, let's focus. And this Kanchenjunga, it's also a mixed site. You know, in UNESCO sites, you will read about natural sites, you will read about cultural sites, and then you will read about mixed sites, which shows both natural and cultural significance. Natural is like, from flora fauna perspective. Culture is like from historical perspective. And I think in India, this is the only mixed heritage site, Kanchenjunga. It has both natural and cultural element in it. So these are some important facts, guys. Similarly, read about all of them one by one. Make short notes on them. We'll talk about them again and again because they will come. So cold desert and biosphere reserve. News was shared by Bhupendra Yadav sir. He's a very good boy. Who is a good boy? Bhupendra Yadav sir. Okay, let's focus. So this map is important. Let's focus here. PYQ 9 UPSC 2011. Solve this question. You may feel like, sir, you have not told us about in situ method, ex situ method. I will tell you, but first of all, you try. Very good. Pratik has also gone, Harshini gone. Really good. So what is the answer of this question, guys? Now, let's try to understand. You can see a word which was asked by UPSC, in situ and ex situ. So in situ is at the origin point, at the origin place, at origin. So let's say I am born in, like I am in Gurgaon. I am born and brought up here. Let's say that. Let's take a hypothetical scenario. So if I become an animal and I am preserved here only, so this is in situ. But let's say somebody took me away to Ladakh, Himachal, and they preserved me there. So that is XC2, that is not my original place. So generally Biosphere Reserve, National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, these are in situ method. That means if you talk about cold desert, so it will preserve those animals, plants which are there in that particular region of Himachal. It's not like they will bring plants and animals from Western Ghats and preserve there. No. So Biosphere Reserve, National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, they are in situ methods. Preservation is happening at the same place, for the origin place. Botanical garden, zoos, guys. So in zoo, you will see grilled lion, you will see foreign animals brought from other places and preserved there and showcased there. So botanical garden is an XC2 method. Things have been brought from other places. Botanical garden, zoos are not good things, guys. So B is the answer as stated by Harshini, because some people talk about how these animals should not be kept behind zoos and all, like small bars. Okay, so Harshini, Pratik, Rishi and Kritika, all of you have given the answer. Very good. MCQ 10, which of the following Indian Biosphere Reserve is located in the Himalayan region? And that's why I've shown you that map for a longer period. Now try to think about them. Try to see where they were. Gulf of Mannar, Great Nicobar, Kanchenjunga, Sundarbans. So Harshini, Pratik, they have given the answer. Kanchenjunga is located in the Himalayan region. Again, if you go back, Kanchenjunga, Sikkim Himalayas, you can see it here. Next article, page number 11. Indus River dolphins eating lot of microplastics. Microplastic less than 5 millimeter in size. And Indus River dolphin, as the name suggests, they are found in Indus and its tributaries. So, will they be found in Pakistan, guys? Can you find Indus River dolphins in Pakistan? Again, you can see a lot of environmental related articles in the last Sunday's newspaper. So, Indus River dolphin, whenever you're reading Indus River dolphin, you have to read different types of dolphins in India. Let's say Gangetic River dolphin, Gangetic dolphin. So, Gangetic dolphin, their IUCN status is also endangered. Indus River dolphin is also endangered. Gangetic River dolphin is also blind or partially blind. They are known as susu. Why they are known as susu? Because they do a lot of susu. So they do a phenomena. No, that is wrong. Just susu. Echolocation. So generally, even here in the river dolphins, they're not completely blind, but they're also partially blind. So this echolocation thing is done by them also in the river dolphins. That they're using hearing as a source to determine where to go and where not to go. And this is not good. If you have lots of Indus River dolphins, Gangetic dolphins in a particular river ecosystem, that shows the health of the ecosystem. So in a way, it's an indicator species. We have talked about indicator, ecoton, ecological species and all, and we'll keep on talking about it in future Hindu analysis also, because this will keep on coming, right? So this is not good, guys. This is not good indicator of our Indus River. So yes, Harshini and Hannah, they stated that this Indus River dolphin will be found in Pakistan also, but we don't like it. Nothing can be there in Pakistan. There are arch enemies, right? But yes, there are arch enemies, but we can play cricket with them. Cricket is an exception, guys. We can play not once, not twice, not thrice, but thrice on Sundays. Because business comes first. Patriotism can wait. Okay, let's focus here. So research studies that stomach and intestine are five. Again, you can read these things. They have ingested large. Now, how this thing happened? So either maybe polluted water contains microplastic less than 5 mm size, or the things which they have eaten, these things had microplastics in them, not good for Indus River system. So they are indicator species. They indicate the overhealth of the Indus River. Again, just to have a look at this, important from pre-perspective. Indus River dolphin in Pakistan are arch enemies. There's a premium fast bowler of Pakistan. Shaheen Afridi, there's a joke going on. Premium fast bowler. Okay, so physical traits, blind or near blind, and they also use echolocation like the Gangetic River dolphin. Conservation status endangered, same as Gangetic River dolphin. Unique feature, leaving barometer of river health. We have discussed indicators, species they are. MCQ 11, guys. Money ever ball. Exactly. So microplastics are what, guys? Chepandi cheputu ledu kaadu, guys. Plastic particles smaller than 5 mm in size, found only in oceans, manufactured only in cosmetics, completely biodegradable. As Pratik and Harshini and Hannah, all of you have stated, they are particles, plastic particles smaller than 5 mm in size. UNESCO headquarters is located where? Geneva, Paris, New York, or London? This is your homework. If you know the answer, post it in the comment section. We'll discuss it tomorrow. World Network of Biosphere Reserve is part of which UNESCO program? Again, if you know it, post it in the comment section. We will discuss it tomorrow. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Okay, just give me a second. I think I closed that Hindu newspaper. So there were some other articles which was there in today's Hindu. What were those other articles, guys? So there was one article related to bullet train, like on in that Hindu. So let me keep this open only. Little bit of advertising will happen side by side. So there is a bullet train article which is there in Sunday's Hindu, that is 28th September Hindu, where they have talked about that, oh my god, bullet train project will finally complete around 27, 28, something like that. So that article, we'll talk about it. Kaziranga National Park is also in news. So Sunday was awesome day for environment, Kaziranga National Park. And we know Kaziranga National Park is so important that it will come again and again and again. So we'll talk about it. Rest everything is Yuge Yugi Museum was in news and all. Fine, we'll talk about it. But again, Sunday's news are also important, but we have discussed news will be repeated, right? Cool. History through NCRT series, you can buy it 1999. Let me do some ad. History mains complete material. I have shared one short. And Harshini, where is Harshini? Harshini, you asked me one particular question related to Cirrus Cloud, a cloud training thing. So yesterday I made a short on this geoengineering thing where I have discussed how serious cloud thinning will lead to or will prevent global warming or minimize global warming, so to say. There are different clouds, you have cumulonimbus cloud and this and that. So some clouds reflect sunlight, some clouds absorb sunlight more. So cirrus cloud, they absorb sunlight more. If they're absorbing more, the temperature will be increasing, right? So that's why cirrus cloud thinning has to be done. So you can see that particular shot, and this is the basic rationale. Hindu analysis PDF, guys. Somebody wrote a comment yesterday, can we get it every day? So guys, I have left my job, guys. You people have to support me, guys. Earlier it was free when I was in study IQ, but I cannot keep it free, guys. You have to understand, this is my roji roti, guys. This is at 199 per month. Means answer evaluation 1999, doubt sessions 499 per hour, and history means complete. You can see all these things. Mentorship thing, for 2-3 days in the month, or maybe next month I will reopen that, don't worry. But right now you can buy these things separately, and this is the procedure. And again, this is an important common theme. You can also donate, and so that's it from me, guys. I'm going now. I'm gone. And any queries? I don't think you people have any queries. So I'm going. Bye. Bye bye.